Hello, this is Ransom1690 back with another video. And real quick, I haven't been uploading recently because I've been going through a bit of a depression. And thankfully, I'm getting over it now. And I want to start making more videos because I have a lot to talk about. But I just hadn't been really feeling motivated due to just feeling like shit, life weighing me down, all the bullshit going on with Workforce Commission and all of that. And I'm just trying to take it one day at a time and keep my head up. But what I want to talk about today is this video that I was watching on YouTube. And it's a video related to a particular person whose name, well, before I go on, I'm gonna say, just to keep it from getting too complicated, I'm gonna refer to this person as what he was first known by before I guess he made his transition, because it's really a lot of craziness involving this person. And so the name that he was known by for a long time was Christian Weston Chandler. And this is an individual that I have been wanting to make a video about for the longest, since I've learned about antinatalists. And I'm really surprised that no antinatalists have talked about this yet. Because if it's ever a person, an example that you can use of why you should not bring children into this world, then this individual who I'm talking about, Christian Weston Chandler, he is a prime example. Because this guy, let me just say, he is infamous. He is basically, I don't know if you can say a celebrity or whatever, internet famous, but he is well known by the internet for being this outrageous, crazy individual who does all of this crazy mess on camera. He's basically delusional and just completely out of his mind. And it wasn't like that at first. At least it wasn't that bad. But what was going on was when his parents had him, when they brought him into this world, they were already pretty old as fuck. So what they did was they just kind of left him to his own devices and left him to himself in his room, sitting on the internet doing God knows what. And a lot of bad stuff happened because of that. He started running into trolls because of his over-the-top behavior. He started catching the attention of these trolls, and they would do stuff that was, it's crazy. You can look the stuff up all online. Everything I'm saying, you can look this up online. I think it was this thing he was doing for a while where he was trying to find a boyfriend-free girl. That's what he would call it. He wouldn't use verbiage that we use, just find a girlfriend or boyfriend or get laid. No, he would use weird verbiage like that. Or I'm on the quest to find a boyfriend-free girl, and people would pick up on this and they would mess with this guy. They would set up fake accounts pretending to be these different girlfriends and they would troll the hell out of this guy. And it got so bad to where some of the trolling, like, it was damn near making him to cause physical harm to himself. And I really don't want to get into a lot of it because of I don't know if YouTube's gonna really mess with this video, but you can look this guy up right now and see everything that was done to this guy. Like, they're on YouTube right now, there is literally a documentary going over his entire life, like from when he started using the internet back in 2005 to now. That's how crazy this is. There is documentaries out about this guy, and the things that these trolls would do, it was bad. That's all I'm gonna say. It was just bad. And the parents, they were none the wiser to what was going on. They didn't really know or intervene in any of the stuff that was going on. I mean, even they were getting prank calls to the house, and the parents, they did nothing. They just allowed it to continue. They were ignorant, and a lot of it is their fault, because since he was a child, they would feed into his delusions. They would make him feel entitled to things, to specific pleasantries in life. And I'm not talking about like basic necessities like a home or a shelter, like stuff you need to survive. I'm just, in general, things like sex or winning a competition in a play or something. Like, they would constantly feed his delusions that he was this huge person, and he would take it and run with it. They didn't teach him anything about life, about how people really are, about how society really is. They just continued to feed his ignorant delusions about how the world worked. And it would just keep getting worse and worse as no intervention took place. So when these trolls came into the picture, they took full advantage of it. And I'm gonna say real quick, everything that they did to this guy, I mean, I don't wanna defend him 100%, because some of the unpleasant things that would come upon this individual, he would do it to himself, because even though I guess he's high functioning autistic, he still had a little bit of sense to kind of know right from wrong, and he would always do the wrong thing each and every time when it came to dealing with people on the internet or just people in general in real life. But a lot of that is because of his parents. They didn't raise him at all. On top of that, they was living in a filthy, hoarded out house, and they just left him to television, which ain't good for you all the time. That fed more of his delusions. What he would watch on television, he would try to apply it in real life, and he would always get just screwed over because of that. And the internet, that was his whole life: television, video gaming, and the internet. And not to say that there is anything wrong with those, because I mean, hey, I enjoy me gaming and shit, but his parents did not teach him anything to where he would be able to conduct himself in a civilized manner, or to be aware of these predatory individuals that would take advantage of him on the internet. And like I'm saying, if you just go to Google, like go to YouTube or Google and look up Christian Weston Chandler, there is a whole biography about this guy. Like, this man has so much information on him from all the years that he was trolled on the internet, to people videotaping him, to filming him. Like, there is so much biography on this guy that people are actually saying that he is the most documented, that he's the most documented individual on the face of the earth. Like, even more so than celebrities or notable figures in history. Like, he is more documented than even those individuals. Like, it's crazy. And so I made this video because it was a bit of a commentary, a reaction channel that I was watching that was covering Christian Weston Chandler and what he's up to now. And I guess since all the craziness, he started getting out and about again. And I think the last place he was seen traveling to Dallas. And that's another thing too. There is people who will just follow this man around wherever he goes, videotaping him to put on the internet for people to laugh at and to make reactions about. And it's really on some bullshit. And unfortunately, these were one of those videos where he was at the at the plane station, the air station, and he was waiting to, I think, board his flight. And this asshole comes up to him with his fucking camera out, with his, just videotaping this guy, trying to talk to him and trying to get his reaction and shit. And he, in one of the rare instances where this individual, Christian Weston Chandler, where he actually exercised an appropriate response to the situation. Like, he told him, like, the best way he could, like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. Like, I don't want to acknowledge you right now. Basically just telling him, like, leave me alone, in his own little way. And I was reading the comments to that video, and it's a lot of people making fucking jokes about it, talking about, oh, imagine sitting next to this individual and smelling his body odor and his flatulence, and oh, just he will forever be the king of law cows. Because that's what they call people like him. They call them law cows, people who just act overly irate, who act crazy for the camera, who's constantly being trolled online. They call them law cows for whatever fucking reason. And it was people on there just making jokes about this, like it was something to be laughed about. And the fucking uploader of the video, I'm sorry, not the uploader, but the person who was commenting on that situation, he was talking about some, oh, well, Christian Weston Chandler, like, well, he overreacted, just imagine. Like, just basically putting him on the spot, and while making a fucking shitty ass joke out of it all. But just basically saying, like, well, he overreacted to this person coming up to him and filming him without his fucking consent. Imagine that. Just imagine some person walks up to you. You don't fucking know who this dude is, and he takes out his fucking phone and he starts filming you for no goddamn reason. And you being told that you're overreacting for it, even though these people are constantly following this man around, filming him for the internet. And like I said, even though this guy that I'm talking about, even though he's autistic, more precisely, he's on the high functioning scale, he's not I'm not trying to be mean, he is pretty dense, but there are times where he's able to have sense and recognize when people's trying to fuck with him. And this was one of those instances. So he knows what people are up to. Like whenever a camera comes out or people want to talk to him, sometimes like he's able to pick up on that due to the decades of having gone through that shit. So I don't actually blame him for reacting the way that he did, just basically telling this dude to like, yo, go away, get bent somewhere. Because when you have people for decades who've just been messing with you, who's been doing bullshit to you, pranking you, like I'm talking about some real fucked up stuff, pranking you, following you around, like they're following this guy fucking around everywhere he goes, filming him and putting it on the internet and just basically talking about it like he's Bigfoot or some shit and laughing about it. You have people doing that shit to you and you're not supposed to feel some type of way about it. And this has been going on for decades. I'm telling you, look this shit up and you will see how crazy it is. And the comments, man, the comments, like, I think it was only one comment that acknowledged that he responded appropriately to the situation. Like, yeah, some guy coming up to me and they filming me and I don't know who they are. And, like, I'm gonna be mad too. But there was only one comment on that video that acknowledged that. But every other comment, which was the majority of them, was basically just making a joke out of it and talking about how funny it is and encouraging more of this craziness so they can get more entertainment out of it. And it's just real fucked up. Because this man's whole life has just been being a clown, being a jester for these nameless individuals who get a kick out of seeing someone in misery and seeing someone self-destruct. Like, it's nowhere in you know, I'm tempted to say in the whole world that there is nowhere this individual can go where people won't know who he is, because like I said, he is practically infamous. I guess he's practically famous on the internet, but not in a good way. And another reason why I'm not really getting into a lot of the trolling and all of the shit that was done to him in detail is because it's so much to get into that would possibly take more than what my video equipment will allow. Like it would take multiple videos and hours to cover everything. And it's this channel you can look up I think it's Geno Samuel, who has a whole documentary covering this guy's life. Again, his name is Christian Weston Chandler. And normally I wouldn't promote this kind of content just because of how fucked up it is. But I'm mentioning this because I want more antinatalists to know about this. And I want them to start covering this type of stuff, content like that. Because this man, again, he is a perfect example, a perfect argument for why antinatalism needs to exist, for why we shouldn't bring kids into this world to suffer, to possibly be preyed on by these predatory individuals who just love watching someone self-destruct and laughing about it and viewing it as a joke. Like, I really want to see more antinatalists talk about stories like this. And it needs to be talked about, not for no fucking entertainment purposes like what these individuals have been doing, but as an actual argument for why antinatalism needs to exist. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I don't know, I may link the video down below. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But I will tell y'all something else. Like, everything that I done said about Christian Weston Chandler, everything that these people tried to do to him, I'm sorry, not tried, they did it to him. They did it for years. They did it. Everything they did to him, trying to get him to do stupid shit on camera just to get a laugh out of it and post it to YouTube, or tricking him and thinking that they were his friend, or they were his gal pals or female friends, just to troll this individual. And oh my God, man, that's everything that I'm saying that they did to him. That's the same shit they tried to do to me in fucking school, yo. They would do the exact same shit. They would fucking come up to me with their fucking phones out, with their camera on, telling me to do stupid shit, telling me to jig, to dance, and it would be these whole crowds of people just crowding around, just cheering the whole thing on, like, yeah, go, 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 go. And I was fucking stupid at the time. I didn't know any better, so I would do that shit, thinking that, oh, we were just having fun, and they was just fucking making fun of me, man. And God, well, I don't believe in fucking God, but I don't, man, who know, I don't even know how to fucking say this, but man, there ain't no telling what the fuck they did to that, with that video that they was recording of me. Like the same shit, they would have these fucking females approach me for no reason, pretending to be my girlfriend. And thankfully I wasn't that fucking dense that I was able to at least spot bullshit like that. And I really should have told them to fuck off, honestly, but they would try to pretend to be my girlfriend and shit. And they would mess with me. They would fucking just mess with me in so many ways. And they would laugh about it each and every fucking time they were able to get a reaction. These kind of individuals are fucked up. And that's just one of the huge things that you take a risk with when bringing new life into this world. They can go through stuff like that. And this stuff that happens at school or with this Christian Weston Chandler individual, this isn't stuff that you just shrug off after a couple of years or even a decade or two, this stuff stays with you forever. Like, I'm constantly replaying in my mind just how fucked up all of this was. And it can really mess you up as an individual. And that's one of the gambles you take when you bring children into this world, man. Like, you don't know if they're really gonna get a good card in life, if they're gonna be successful as adults, or if they're gonna wind up as a Christian Weston Chandler and just being preyed on by these individuals who want to follow him around and film him and just make comedy out of him. And again, I really want more antinatalists to talk about this. I really think stuff like this is important to the cause of antinatalism. But that's my video for now. So tell me what y'all think. And leave a comment, a like, subscribe if you liking what I'm talking about. And I'll be back to y'all with another video.